Welcome back, Washed Up Walk-Ons fans, episode 281 of the podcast. The Hawks touched down in Orlando, Florida. They're out practicing in the sun. And for the first time, what feels like forever, the three boys have touched down in the same Zoom meeting at the same time for a podcast. So really looking forward to hanging out with my boys again and getting some good Hawk content out, because I feel like we haven't talked about the Hawks in what feels like forever.
Been a little while. Kevin, I'm sorry.
How does it feel, Kev? How does it feel? I got to know.
Doesn't feel good, man. Doesn't feel good. Don't like it. Don't know why I keep coming back to this operation. But we're here.
Doesn't feel good. I'm so sorry.
I want you to know that this was
KF
all
on in
Kluver's
like
doing.
8 years. Don't invite me to that one either. It's cool.
I want you to know that this was all Kluver's doing, and I only said yes because obviously I wasn't going to say no.
Okay, so I feel bad. I feel really bad.
No, you don't. You don't have feelings.
That's not true. As I think the brain on a male human develops fully into like when you're 25, I think is the research on that. The 3 years post the time that I spent with you guys, well, and 2 more years after that, I have made some real developments, whether you believe it or not. And one of them is I have developed more feelings. And there's plenty of times where I've gotten actually soft as shit, just at random times where I'll just like cry over something or whatever. I'm more in touch with my feelings. One of those feelings is sadness for my friend Kevin, because, and this was not planned, okay? I wanted all 3 of us to be there. I wanted this to be at a time where we could all do it. But when you have a Masters champion who has your phone number, and he texts you and says, out of nowhere, haven't talked to him in 2 weeks. He texts you and says, hey, tomorrow at this time, you want to do a podcast. What do you say? You tell Kevin.
Did you listen, Kevin? Did you at least listen so that you could hear?
I listened. Yeah.
Hey,
did we do good on our questions?
You missed one that I just dying to know.
Well, he's going to come back on
golfer one time, and I want to know those guys if they can do the normal man bro golf outing where you were up till drinking till 2 a.m. the night before. You have a 6:45 tee time. You roll into the parking lot at 6:30. Put your shoes on. Have a Bloody Mary. No warm-ups. Go to the first tee. What does he shoot that round? That's what I want. That's the only question I wanted answered. But you guys wanted to talk about Tiger Woods and winning Masters championships and stuff like that. I guess that's cool too. But whatever.
Man,
Sadness in his voice, man.
Yeah, it is. He is sad, and I'm sad hearing him be sad. And you're looking a little. I don't know if it's because the hair's longer, the beard's a little longer right now. You just look.
We're going into hibernation.
Yeah, you look like a bear that's about to crawl into his cave. The snow hasn't quite landed yet, so you still have some time to gather for your hibernation.
Still gathering some meat and food, put it in fat for the winter, and we'll go hibernate.
Did you know that bears stick things up their butt to hibernate?
That's not true. There's no way.
I heard that just the other day.
Where did you hear this, Drake?
You're telling me bears are pegging themselves with?
I'm pretty sure I heard it on Washed Up or on
Washed Up.
I'm a Washed Up Walk-Ons. That's a great.
No.
Really
on Are You
source.
Garbage? No, on Are You Garbage? And they were talking to Foley about how he's a hibernating bear because he's a 400-pound fat man, and he's putting on weight for the hibernation, and he's got to stick like carrots and stuff up his butt.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm searching this.
Can a bear even reach its asshole?
Yeah. What is the dexterity factor here? Are they really that skilled? Here we go. Oh my. During the months when they are dormant, black bears have what is called a fecal plug that blocks their gastrointestinal tract. Much of this plug consists of hair, that the bear ingests while licking its coat. I don't think that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, no, that's not deliberately shoving stuff up its own butthole.
This is unbelievable. Drake, how does this turn into the digestive tract podcast every time?
Every time, dude.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
We talk about the wrong side of the digestive tract, the wrong orifice of the human body way too much in this podcast.
Would you like us to talk about the
We
mouth?
like the sphincter.
You want us to talk about the mouth more, Kevin?
We can talk about all the great foods that we taste. We never really do.
That's
all
true.
we do is talk about buttholes.
Well,
I
think quite honestly, as I've become an adult, the amount of butthole talk has, I think it's a thing for everybody. You know, you got to keep a good, healthy digestive system. Speaking of foods, Kev, how was Drake and I recapped a little bit. Drake got an espresso machine, like the whole, it's Drake's coffee down in Nashville now. Cause he's got the whole,
I got one of those for my girlfriend for her birthday. They're big time.
Yeah. So Drake's double rectal administering espressos, just straight to the bloodstream. What gifts did the Kev Ward find under the tree this Christmas season?
I got some Yeti stuff. Got a little lunch pail, little nice big water thing. I got.
Are you sick?
I already told you the grill was half birthday, half Christmas present for my girlfriend. So that definitely took the cake.
The meat
grill. My parents are going to take me to the wrestling nationals. That was their gift this year. Tickets and hotel for that. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
That's going to be fantastic.
That's big time. And it really should be a little repeat for the Hawks, but I've been following loosely the Hawkeye wrestling. And are we playing with our food a little bit?
Not looking super sharp, but we've played some good competition. Some guys aren't looking like we need them to look in March, but it's still early in the year. We'll be all right.
Do we need to send in Drake for a little grappling practice with the boys?
Well, last time I checked, NCAA wrestling isn't in a gi, so I don't know how much help he's.
Hey, I'll take the gi off as long as you give me submissions. They don't stand a chance.
I don't think that's in wrestling practice either.
Drake texted me and Kevin the other day, for those listening, and said, "Hey, I got an idea for another Washed Up Walk-Ons charity event. We throw me and Kevin up against the Hawkeye wrestling team.
Submission grappling.
I'll do 6 matches." And he said, "I guarantee I won't lose a match." I just don't know if that's I don't, that's a lot of confidence.
Hey man.
Hey.
I've grappled a lot of Division I wrestlers that don't know what they're doing.
That's true.
And wrestling and jiu-jitsu are 2 very different games. When I latch onto that ankle and reap over your hip, you're going to have no idea what's happening. And then boom, your knee is gone.
I think people would like to watch it. And then Kevin,
I mean, it's just a weird concept. You're inviting people to do 2 different sports.
Yeah, you're invited.
We'll give them a wrestling match too. We'll let them
play. Do you also want to go play the wrestlers in football? I mean, that's
basketball.
Let's play them 3-on-3.
No,
dude.
But you got to admit that wrestling as a sport is missing some things because,
that's subjective.
When you take somebody down, just because you put them on their back doesn't really mean that they're done.
We're not trying to kill people in wrestling. Okay?
Drake, that's not the goal. Drake, you can't say that because you could be like, well, football's missing a few things. You should be you should be able to spear people and if you want, you should be able to pull a pocket knife out and cut somebody's kneecaps off.
Listen. Well, I wasn't bringing in knives, okay? But you should be able to spear people.
Well, why stop at Sminium? Why don't we just fight to the death, okay? Why don't you pick 3 weapons and we'll drop in PUBG style?
Well, because I still wanted them to be able to
win a natty,
do things for the rest of their lives.
Dude,
I like these guys. I just wanted to compete against them.
How
in
about-
something that I could compete with them in?
how about a 3-on-3 basketball game? Us versus the wrestlers. That would be fucking amazing.
That would be fun.
I feel like we have the upper hand there a little bit because
I think I'm gonna guess it depends on who we pull.
I mean I
What do you
played.
mean? Look how short they are.
Yeah, I mean like we're just as
Some
tall.
of those guys ain't so short. I mean, are you just gonna pick Spencer Lee, DeSanto, and Murin? Or is that the 3 you're choosing?
We'll take
You get to choose any 3 you want.
We'll take the 174, the 180, whatever, and we'll take our weight range, our weight ranges. I'll cut down so that we can take a 180 guy, and then we'll take the. What are the weight classes?
Kevin has to guard the heavyweight.
Oh no, I'll guard the
It's
heavyweight.
not like he can shoot.
Me versus Cassiope.
Cassiope backing him down on the block.
Oh yeah, Cassiope would back me down on the box. No problem. That dude's a hoss.
We would just double team him and then steal the ball and go the other way.
Dude, give me 3 days, and I think all of us could get back some shots, a little touch from the 3-point line. I think we'd be all right. I've seen some of those wrestlers dribble a ball because that was directly affecting their season when they grew up. Like none of them played basketball ever.
Yeah, it's true. None of them would have been playing basketball growing up.
And I know you guys weren't basketball guys, but I played.
I played all growing up and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I could name off probably 10 NBA guys that I guarded that are currently playing. So
How about we don't name drop though, pussy?
all right, I won't. I mean, I played pickup against H Barnes from Ames.
Oh, sick, dude. Now you're running a podcast. You don't have any hair. Shut up and move on.
I feel like I won that. I feel like I did. I feel like my contract really played out better, you know? Harrison Barnes. So not a lot of exciting gifts on Kevin's front. Probably just needs some more meat for that.
I don't know. The grill is pretty badass, dude. What's a grill, a pellet grill, and an espresso machine are kind of on the same level. Like a pellet grill makes some fire ass food.
Have you haven't used it yet, obviously. No?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have?
Oh yeah.
What'd you make?
First thing I threw on there was a big old salmon fillet. Pretty damn good.
That's pretty Kevin of you to put fish on the grill first. But that's okay. Yeah, I bet it was good. Did you wood fire that? Do you cook that like it came when Drake ordered it at the restaurant in Indy?
I hope so.
I mean, so it's a pellet grill, so it's you can control how much smoke you put into it. It's got a meter. You can do like 1 is like just like a normal grill, or 10 is like the house is burning down basically. How much smoke is putting in that thing. So yeah, you can decide how much smoke you want in it.
They need to put that on the dial. 1, like your normal grill. 10, your kids set the house on fire and your guest bedroom is burning into flames.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a pretty nifty machine. It's gonna be grilling season here.
That's good. I finally got a massage gun, like a
Theragun, or
yeah, like
Hypervolt?
it's like a Hypervolt more so, more than a Theragun. And I was just using it before the podcast. I'm a dumbass for not just buying that for myself before now.
They're money, dude. They're money.
That's gonna take my recovery to a whole new level. What else did I get? Anything fun? Not really. I got a dumbbell. Only guy who gets a dumbbell for Christmas. And
Yeah, and we saw you doing fucking air squats in a squat belt, and that made me want to kick you so fucking hard between your eyes. Your nose was flat for the rest of your life. Looked like you got run over by a car.
full depth, baby, in the living room at Christmas.
I'm actually cringing just thinking about watching you do squats in a weight belt in the living room. Like, I'm really flexing my diaphragm. The cylinder. My core.
Dude, my core was set, dude. You have no idea. My core has never been unset since we walked into the old weight room in 2013, and the signs were across us on the mirror. I'll never forget. Do you guys see Mark, what he put up this weekend?
585 for
for a cluster deadlift.
Yeah.
So for all those listening who have social media, go find Mark Wiseman, Wiseman for Heisman, now into strength conditioning in the private sector. And guy just put out a slick little 585 cluster. And for those that don't know what a cluster is, you do singles. I guess you could do double clusters or triple clusters too. That would get really fucking dirty. But you do 1 rep and then you put it down or whatever, rack it, and you wait 20 seconds. You do another rep. And it's like a way to hit the middle ground of rest between sets, and recover a little bit. And he was just pulling 585 like it was 135 off the floor, like he was going to clean it. So that man has stupid strength and should really sell some workout programs. You guys been seeing all these fucking bowl cancellations? We're not going to have any bowl games to watch.
Don't like it, man. Don't like it.
How do we feel about the old COVID protocols and the Omicron? The Decepticons, right? They brought that. It's the latest. They're the latest in the Transformers series. Dude, isn't it just like a cold? I got to be honest. I am the least updated on COVID protocols, informations, guidelines. I just sit in my house and work from here. And occasionally when I get a Burger King gift card for Christmas, I go and get a Bacon King for breakfast for lunch. And that's
what you did today?
That is what I did today.
There you go.
We got, right before the podcast started, El Prez was tweeting at Nebraska trying to get,
dude, he's just dying to get someone to play in that game.
Trying to get them to play in the Arizona Bowl. Best 3-9 team to ever walk the earth. What if that happened?
It's just it sucks. I don't know, man.
You're the doctor, Kev. I mean, tell us.
Fuck everybody. Like, seriously. Fuck the government. Fuck these sheep that still think all this shit is real.
This shit's real, man. I work in hospitals that aren't doing elective surgeries because their beds are full of COVID patients. Okay, so it's fucking real, man. I'm actually sick of you fucking joking about it.
Oh,
I'll tell you what. They're talking about vaccine. It's not a vaccine.
Yeah, and everyone in that fucking hospital that's in the bed is unvaccinated, dude. I talk to the nurses.
All I'm hearing
I'm
is
fucking sick of this shit. Okay, it's real, dude.
That,
it's real for people that have
people
health
are taking a jab.
If you get vaccinated, you won't go in the hospital. If the hospitals aren't overflowing, we can live life like fucking normal. That is the only thing that's keeping us from living life like normal, is that the fact that our hospitals are just overwhelmed. And this strain seems to be milder, which is good. I don't think that a vaccinated 23-year-old kid who tests positive and has no symptoms needs to be kept out of a football game.
Okay. That's good. What do you think about that's sort of the problem here is the protocol. Is that what the problem is here? They got the protocols from the first strain and now it's mutating and we're dealing with this from a...
Bro, I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor. All I know is when I walk into hospitals,
Kevin's stressed out a little bit. Dude, I feel even worse about not getting you on the Zach Johnson podcast from a little relief, because I know that people who work in the hospitals or have anything to do with that stuff are going through they got stressful times with this shit. So
yeah. I mean, healthcare workers are just in short supply right now. People are fucking quitting left and right because they're just fed up with the shit. I don't blame them, honestly.
Dude. Yeah, dude. The workforce is an interesting topic right now. We could what do you guys think about making this just into a political? We could go. We could just we could maybe we could up our viewership, our listenership.
No.
Dude, I'm telling you,
let's talk football. Let's talk about football.
But what if we got real left or right wing and we just started just saying shit? We could probably spin this thing up to like 10 or 15 million followers or something like that. Oh, okay.
I'd rather eat a glass bottle of Michelob Ultra
and just consume the
glass,
the alcohol and the glass,
and shit it out. Yeah.
Well, guess what? There's not going to be a bed for you in the hospital when they're trying to put together your esophagus. Oh fuck. speaking of Nebraska, who knows if they'll make the Arizona Bowl or not? They did have a guy named Wandale Robinson who plays for Kentucky now. Had a decent little year at Kentucky. Let me pull up his stats here. He rushed the ball for, get out of my way, advertisement. He rushed the ball for 111 yards. He had 1,164 yards receiving, total of almost 1,300 yards from scrimmage. They asked him today, I believe one of the Iowa reporters did, what he thinks between the Big Ten and the SEC. He said, I think the SEC is a little bit better, but we'll see on Saturday. He is going to be someone we're going to have to stop offensively. What are we looking at for Kentucky here? We got Will Levis. Was he there? Was he at Penn State before this?
Yep.
He was the guy battling out quarterback with, what's his face? McSorley back and forth before he moved on.
Not McSorley, no.
What wasn't it? Or what?
Was it? I mean, McSorley graduated like 3 years ago now. How long has this dude been in Kentucky?
I feel like Levis came in and was back and forth. I don't know. Was there somebody in between McSorley and fucking who's their guy now? I don't even Clifford? Who's the guy in between? I don't remember.
I don't know if there was one, to be honest.
I don't know. This Wandale from Nebraska, evidently they couldn't keep him there. He helped Kentucky to what could be, if they win versus Iowa on Saturday, the second 10-win season for Kentucky in the last 45 years. Kentucky's on the up and up a little bit. Mark Stoops, potential candidate for the KF job. At least people think so when KF decides to hang it up. He's got them humming, as they would say. Kev, what are your
KF's gonna out-coach Mark Stoops, dude. He's just gonna be coaching long after Stoops retires.
I think that's the other way around, probably.
Nope.
How
KF's
long do you
coaching
think?
Into his 90s.
Into his 90s? There's no way, dude. KF is done with this shit. He's done with this shit too. He's got.
You're right. You're right.
What? I mean, realistically, do we know when KF's contract is? I think it's through 25.
25 or 26. I think it's over.
Do we really think?
Is he 70 yet?
I think didn't we searched this earlier in the year, maybe on a DHT. Kirk Ferentz age. 66 years old. 666. That's not terribly old. I mean, Joe Pa was
but I mean, another 4 years, and dude, I can just see it, like, especially these last couple years.
Been tough.
What I was going through is like, it's emotionally kind of drained the staff, and like they are, it takes a toll. These seasons take a toll on these guys.
Oh, I mean, you see it. God, I wish people.
So 4 more years when you're 66, man, that's a long time. I don't know. I just want him to go out in his terms. That's all I want.
Yeah, I agree with that. You think he's done? What do you think, Drake? You think he's done in 25?
I mean, I would definitely be tired of the bullshit if I was him.
Yeah, I'd be out. 25.
I would have probably been out last year. I'd have just told everybody to suck my dick, and I'd have took my millions elsewhere.
That would have gone over at the team meeting. There would have been a video of Drake just like Brian Kelly at the head of the room. Hey guys, been a good. I love the effort you put in this year. Just wanted to call this team meeting quick, 6 a.m. on a Monday. Just want to let y'all know that everybody can suck my dick. I'm done with the bullshit. Me and Mary we're gonna.
That's basically what Brian Kelly said, I think, right?
I mean, effectively. So had a great 11 years here. Best years of my life. Time for a new challenge. I got other dicks to suck somewhere else.
Boys.
Nick Saban's 70.
What's that?
Nick Saban is 70 currently.
Yeah, Nick Saban's old. Like he's had some work done.
You think he carried
70?
You think he colors his hair?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Probably gets Botox injections too.
I mean, with all that money coming in from those Aflac commercials, him and Dion, those guys are up to some schemy shit down there in the SEC. I mean, Deion's not in the SEC, but he's crafting his way there. I want Nick Saban to retire and then talk about all the shit they did to get recruits, all the money. I just wanted to drop
He's
the
not
black.
gonna snitch on himself, dude.
I just wanted to drop the black book, man. That'd be great.
No, he's not gonna blacken his name.
I know. Still be great though, because we know it's happening. I think
at least he can do it out in the open now.
it's true. I think that Kirk is done in 25. Fuck.
Did you just call KF by his first name?
I think that Coach Ferentz, KF, the head man, is done by 25. And to be honest, for me, it even sounds a little long. Like that. Ooh, sheesh. That is 26 years as the head coach at Iowa. If he makes it through that year, all the shit that Kevin just said he dealt with last year through COVID. Guy's got all the money in the world. There's no financial incentive for him to keep coaching. And
yeah, but at the same time, man, he loves doing it.
That's the question is, what the fuck is he going to do when he's not standing up at the head of the room? Like, he's probably just going to be
governor. I don't know.
He would get voted in 100%. He would get
voting for KF.
Dude, but he doesn't want any of that bullshit.
No, absolutely not.
He would never do it. KF.
All the Iowa State fans would act just like Trump haters, and they would vote for somebody else just because they're Iowa State fans,
just
like
because they
Democrats
didn't like
voted for Biden, just because they're like, oh, Trump's an asshole, and then they watched Biden ruin our country. You know, same thing.
Dude, Drake,
so about not talking about politics on this.
Drake, I love you, man. This is like a little. I mean, this is like family dinner. This is like Christmas coming together.
Hey, Clue. But I'm the biggest villain because we're changing the entire United States over 1%. But I'm a super villain, baby. I'm a fucking idiot, daddy-o.
Kevin, you and Drake.
I don't know what you're referring to there.
I don't. This is like Uncle Drake.
1% of the population.
Yeah, man.
What 1% are you talking about?
Nothing. We can move on.
Hey, don't be a 95%er. Be a 5%er. Don't ride the wave. Slight edge. Yeah, I think. I mean, Mark Stoops earlier this year said that he would not take a job unless it was his alma mater, Iowa, and or it was a place where he could win. He would be in contention for national championships immediately. Now, Mark Stoops, he is 54 years old. So 2025 rolls around. He's 58. He's got a solid 8 to 10 left. He could be the Iowa coach. I would be happy with Stoops stepping in for KF.
100%. We've talked about it before, but I just want someone who has a connection to the program.
Yeah.
Whether they played there, coached here for a time. Just someone that knows Iowa and knows what Iowa's about.
Do you guys, a lot of fans think this, do you guys legitimately think that LeVar could jump to head coach from where he's at right now? Or would you rather see him go to the MAC or the FCS and head coach there for a few years and see success as a head coach and then come back?
Do you believe in Coach Woods' network and his ability to bring in a coaching staff who works in cohesion, just like and builds the family that Iowa is? Because if you think he's capable of doing that, then he's clearly capable.
If you want just KF steps down, LeVar steps into the head role, and everyone else stays the same, the program's going to have success. You got a bunch of coaches that work together and performed at a high level for a long time.
I know there's more to it though. Like, head coaching is not just like, it's a little different. I don't know if I can speak for it's
like
a different
CEO of the company.
Yeah. I know and trust in LeVar Woods to hell. I'll follow him through the gates of hell.
Same.
But I only know him and have been under him as a positional coach. And I know that it's not that easy because a lot of guys have gone from coordinator to head coach or head coach in one level and then tried it at another level, and there's been failure. And it's like, what went wrong here? And I think it's just a little more dynamic than that. I don't know. I think it would be interesting.
I mean, I don't think the answer is always offensive or defensive coordinator. I think those are very different skill sets than being a head coach. So I don't necessarily think you need to be coordinator before you can be a head coach. And he is a special teams coordinator, so that counts, something. I don't know. Does he even want to be a head coach?
I think maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. That's the other thing.
I would have to say Coach Woods, with his connection, it would be, I mean, how could he not want to be the head coach of his alma mater? I don't know. I feel like for any player who then goes into coaching, being the head coach of the team you played for is like the ultimate Mount Everest.
That would be one hell of a climb from 2001 LeVar Woods linebacker.
Not to mention he grew up in Iowa, right? He was around Southwest Iowa or Northwest Iowa.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
it's Iowa to Iowa to Iowa.
It's the ultimate like you said, it's the ultimate climb the Everest story. Like that's a fucking book right there. Someone writes a book about that. I would hate to see him. And again, it's not that I think this would happen. I just think that there's a lot of things that could happen when you do this. I would hate to see him be the guy, like, all right, KF retires and then he's the guy. And then they struggle for a few years. And then people start to look at him and they start to question him and his effectiveness. And I don't know if I don't know how that goes.
It's going to be,
it's going to be that about anyone. Whoever the next head coach is and not have success would hate to see that. I don't care who the head coach is. I want the Hawks to do well.
I would hate it more for LeVar, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't think we have any reason to suspect that might happen.
I agree. I think
LeVar could be a head coach, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Here, I'm genuinely going to have a hard time being an Iowa fan if they don't hire somebody that we know, and it's not like an interesting guy. Stoops would be pretty interesting, but if they just hire a random coach and the staff dissipates, I mean, what is it? It's our Kinnick Stadium, but other than that, like, what is it?
100% agree.
That's what tech guys over here thinking about. I'm already touting your guys' replacements because I know you guys aren't going to be fucking interested when this staff
probably
is gone.
Pretty smart. That's really pretty smart.
If there were to be a new staff and we didn't know like anyone in the damn building, like all we know is Greg left. It would be a lot harder to be a fan. I 100% agree because we'd have a little bit of a less connection there, and at the end of the day, it's still Iowa football. But what is Iowa football? It's the people,
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I hope that this all lasts through 25, because 4 more years of this podcast and us having, at least connections to the staff, and not that I don't think we could put together a good show once that all happened. Because then we could become a full-on fan show where we just talk shit about the new staff, and we, like we go full on like Cheeto Fingers McGee. It becomes the Cheeto Fingers podcast because now we don't respect any of those guys. We have no connection to them. We could just shit all over them.
And I'll tell you what, if we pull a Cheeto sponsorship, boy, woo-wee.
How have we not thought about that? Can you imagine?
I don't know, because we're kind of making fun of people who eat Cheetos.
Yeah, but we say it
but we're
all
really
the time.
Shouting out their product hard.
Seriously. I mean, hey, and Doritos, if you want to be, we could change it to Doritos Fingers or whatever.
Just Frito Fingers, baby.
For whoever. Ritos Fingers.
Frito Fingers you want.
Holy shit. Anybody, any chip that wants to sponsor this podcast, hit us up. Unreal. Let's go to a break real quick, and when we come back, we'll get more into the COVID-19. I mean, the Kentucky versus Iowa game.
Oh, fuck. I can't handle it.
And we're back. And we're back. I'm trying to keep this ship together. Kevin and Drake are gonna jump through the fucking Zoom call on each other.
No,
you know what?
No, it's never that important.
You know what could keep them occupied though is a little Ultimate Fan, right? And you guys have been, and you guys have been hearing. You guys
I pulled the pack of the century today.
Drake finally downloaded the game, and you guys have heard me talk about this. It's the free to play next level fantasy football. It's literally, you just get on, you open packs of football cards like when you were 7 years old, and then you get to use those guys on your team. And Drake, he pulled the
star of the year,
the Charizard.
Gold. Dude, he speed kills, ladies and gentlemen. Henry Ruggs III is my team captain. And first player out of the pack, they said, bada bing, bada boom, Henry Ruggs in your face. I guess he caught the commissioner's exemption and is getting reinstated or something.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't think they've removed him from the lineup, but he is a gold tier player on Ultimate Fan.
What's crazy is that he's still got gold stars even with an ankle bracelet on. I figured that would have killed his speed rating a little bit.
I don't.
and also when you're on house arrest, your route tree really, if your yard isn't quite big enough to run the post corner, that's out of your route tree.
It's gonna be hard to score touchdowns, man, when you got a fence around your ass, huh? Ugh. Tell you what. Over $40,000 in gift cards up for grabs this season. You can win NFL gift cards. It's literally free to play. Every week's a new contest. Your team goes back to zero. There's a whole different scoring system than the fantasy football you guys are used to. And it's really fun. Unfortunately, my star player is Devontae Adams. It only counts the guys who play on Sundays and Mondays. And my guy Devontae, he played on Saturday. So he scored all the points. I didn't get to count it. And 2 weeks in a row, I wasn't able to pull it off. But you guys have a chance to not only win the gift cards, but you also have a chance for us to pick the highest washed up walk-ons person in the scoreboard and get free merch. This flag that's behind me, if you're watching on the YouTube, you might get a flag sent to you. So download Ultimate Fan. The link is in our description of this podcast, or you can find it on our socials. 18 plus, terms and conditions apply, US and Canada only. And now we're back into the good stuff. So vaccination rates in America. We'll talk about this at any rate you want us to. No. Kevin, do you think if you were setting a line on this Kentucky Wildcat, Iowa Hawkeye football game, where would your line be right now?
It would be pretty much right where it opened up at.
That currently sits at
a pick 'em.
I believe. Yeah.
It opened at Kentucky -1. I think it's moved to Kentucky -2.5, 3, depending where you're looking. But I'd keep it at a pick 'em. I think these are two pretty evenly matched teams.
You got on most sites, like you said, Caesars, Circa, FanDuel, DraftKings. It's all -3 Kentucky. They got the Wildcats by a field goal. And I kind of agree with you, Kev. I think I don't believe in the Hawks.
Hey, man, you're giving me points. I'll take those points.
You're going to take the points? Well, we're going to get into it right now. I mean, this is everybody's favorite. Kevin.
Yeah. All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
They go up. And they stay there. Great song. There. That's really circa our high school pass. We'll get into the Iowa, a few of the Iowa Jesus Christ, I can't talk. The Iowa specifics at the end. We'll save that bet for the last one. But I'm going to roll us through a little Ward's Winners bowl game edition. And
as long as we have some of these games, there's some good games out there, man.
I agree.
Let's look at one of my favorite picks is I like the over in the Pittsburgh-Michigan State game at 56.
Absolutely. Now, Kenneth Walker playing?
Not playing. What does that mean? We're going to be throwing the ball a little bit more. And Pittsburgh has been putting up offensive numbers pretty well all year. Michigan State secondary has gotten
torched,
exposed a time or two. So I like the over in that game.
Kenny Pickett, right?
Kenny Pickett.
Is he playing?
The fake slide.
Can you
He is
believe?
not playing?
Can you believe that these are the questions? We now have to pick a game and then say, okay, are there star players playing in the game? That's a little sad. That's a little bit sad for me. Interesting. The over currently sits at 56, Kev, is what I'm seeing.
Yep.
Over
We're
under.
Going over it.
I like that. That's like a 30-27 game. Yeah, I could see
That'll
that.
get the job done. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna scroll back up. We got 2 games currently going on today, or that went today. Okay, so I actually don't give a shit about those. So tomorrow, we got Houston Auburn. That's a little bit intriguing.
I think that'll be a good game.
I do too. The line currently sits at Auburn -2. Give me Auburn on that. I'll take Auburn. I'll take the Tigers. We got Louisville Air Force.
You do know that Bo Nix is transferring, right? He gone.
Now, like Emery from Florida, is he transferring after the game or is he still
That'd
playing?
be really weird to play. I don't know.
Did you see the Florida game?
Yeah, I saw the Florida game.
First UCF?
Yeah.
The stat line before the Emery transferring after this game, but he still played and started for Florida.
It's kind of weird.
How odd is that? Like, why not wait?
After the game to announce that?
Yeah. Like your players are like, okay, our quarterback, like I'm cheering for this guy who's going to be playing for somebody else next year. Like that's fun. The day I fly into Orlando, for those listening, by the way, come to Tin Roof Orlando 1 to 3 on Friday. You can get a washed up, you can get a Hawks by a Million flag with the washed up Hawkins logo on it. And you can meet me, which is really just a fucking low light of the entire trip for you. And you can hang out and get picks. And then there's a ton of other stuff going on at Tin Roof Orlando as well. We're doing the radio show from there. But the day that I fly in fact, 2 hours after I land in Orlando, the Cyclones are taking on the Clemson Tigers. How do we feel about that game?
Which Clemson team's showing up? I don't know, man.
Iowa State was just so average this year. And
Clemson wasn't great.
Yeah, but Iowa State had like 5 people transfer after their last game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously leaning Clemson here. They did play a lot better at the end of the year here. Losing their defensive coordinator, that's going to play into things.
Yeah.
But I think it's close to a pick'em game.
It's -1 Clemson.
And you put me in a 6-foot hole before I take Iowa State. So
you did say at one point, I think 2 years ago, that you would never fucking pick the Cyclones.
Yeah, they ruined a 5-team parlay for me, and I will never bet on it again.
Good. Before we get to the Iowa game, let's look at the semifinals. What are we thinking there?
I'm taking the points in both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I think Cincinnati shows up.
13 and a half.
I don't think they win, but I think they show up and they compete, and I think they cover.
Wow. So you think, wow. Okay. They're saying 58 with a 13 and a half line. They're saying it's going to be 35-21, something like that. I could see that. Yeah. Alabama's defense has shown weakness this year.
Cincinnati's got a really good defense. They got 2 really good cornerbacks that can hang with their wide receivers. I think they can hang with Bama.
And how about I'm stoked to watch this Michigan-Georgia game. I want it to be a dogfight.
And it's probably going to be a dogfight. That's why if you're giving me 7.5, I'm going to take the 7.5.
It's a big line.
It's a lot of points for a playoff game. I think Michigan's feeling really good about themselves right now.
I would too.
And how could you not, given the last 2 games that they've played? Man, that last game really just put a whole lot of doubt in my mind of what is Georgia? Because if you look at their strength of record,
it's not stellar.
I mean, they've got 2 ranked wins.
It's not great. It's less than Iowa has. So, all right.
Well,
I like
I
it.
like,
current
I like Kevin's
rankings.
reasonings, and I think I'm going to tail Kevin because I like the underdogs.
Okay. I like it too. I'll listen to the Ward man on this. Do you have we're doing this early in the week because of me traveling down to Orlando. So do you have official picks yet, Kev? Or
Yeah, sure, man. Sure.
All right,
I got some picks.
all right, give me your picks.
Give me Wisconsin -6, man. Win
Okay.
the Las Vegas Bowl versus Arizona State. As long as the boys don't go hit up the Encore Beach Club, I think the Wisconsin Badgers roll in this game.
Now, what are the odds they do hit up the Encore Beach Club?
Very poor because it's probably closed this time of year.
All right. Well, that's now imagine we would have been in Vegas for a bowl game. How do you think that would have worked out? Probably
Phenomenally.
Kevin's like, I would have been awesome. I would have fucking
Be
played.
like, hey, Clove, I need access to the washed up walk-ons funds.
Well, we didn't.
Kev, we're going to donate those. Yeah, but red is really hot right
We
now.
could double. We could double the donation right now if we put all this on black. Oh man, holy shit! That's the move. If we can get Iowa to a Vegas Bowl in the next 2 to 3 years, while Drake and Kevin are still under contract with the washed up walk-ons, that'd be awesome. And for anyone listening, hey, send in your resume to be my co-host in 3 years when Drake no longer cares about anything Iowa. What do we got for? Okay, so Wisconsin -6. I like it. Give me another.
Yep. I already told you I got the over in
Okay, Michigan
the
State
Chick-fil-A
Pitt.
game.
Yep.
Chick-fil-A game. And then I'm looking at I'm going to take Ole Miss -1.5 for a favorite in the Sugar Bowl.
I was looking at that game too. I was gonna say take the Dylan Doyles, man. I was gonna say
can't do it, man. Can't do it. I'm taking Ole Miss. Matt Corral's he's going one last lap, and I think we get a good performance out of him. Give me the Rebels.
Okay. Drake, hit me with some NFL of late. What's going on in the league right now? Other than fucking Ike hurting his Achilles, dude. Kevin, yesterday mid podcast, we found out while we were recording.
Yeah, man, that's a real shot to the balls. Anytime you see your buddy get hurt like that.
So
I was talking to Ben Neiman today, and we were making jokes about how Blitz Neiman has fooled the Chiefs for about 5 years, that he's actually a viable option in the National Football League. And he's like, hey man, I'm just trying to fool him for a couple more years. And I was like, we need 10-year vet Ben so I can get a piece of that pension. I was like, and then he said, if I make it 10 years, I'm going to be in a wheelchair. And I said, for a small fee, I can push.
I will tote you around. I will push you wherever you want to go, Ben. Oh man. He's okay. So this is his 4th year. This is all of the guys.
No, this is 5.
18,
No,
19,
4.
20, 21. This is 4th.
Okay.
So he's got a double plus some to get to 10. It's so hard to play.
Will Compton just suited up in year 9. If
It's
Will
true.
Compton can suit up in year 9, Ben Neiman can suit up in year 9.
I agree. That is a grind. The other thing we talked about, Kev, with after Ike got hurt was like the game of football is like the bodies that are playing in the NFL is too advanced for safety. Like there's just no way to keep guys from getting hurt.
No, I mean, you got guys running faster than they ever have, being stronger than they've ever been. And yeah, of course. I mean, you could try to make it safer, but
We're in uncharted
not
territory
a safe game, nor was it ever really intended to be a safe game.
No.
Yeah,
Never.
we're in an uncharted territory for force application. Nobody knows how to hold the body together with all this force that's just being applied hundreds of times to every joint.
Yeah, I don't know.
You just got to try to make the body as robust as possible in the offseason.
Yeah, by
Yep.
doing CrossFit. I mean, it's the simple answer. So,
Probably not doing CrossFit.
oh, all right, sick,
Probably tightened your pussy up though, hasn't it? All them Kegels that you got to do all the time.
dude. I'm tight. What is this podcast, man? Oh my God.
Trying to have a little fun around here.
Dude, my Kegel exercises have been hitting though. All right. Let's talk. Oh, Dre, give me your picks. We're getting into the nitty-gritty. By the way, Kev shit the bed in the fantasy league. This week he scored the most points I've ever seen anybody score. Literally had maybe the best roster you could put together, but it didn't matter because last week he lost while he was still in the winner's bracket. And
Yeah, I mean the team shit the bed last week. It was really sad to see.
You sound a lot like Scott Frost there.
Hey man, I put the roster out there that has been performing all year long. And what do you expect guys to do? You expect them to do your job. And you got guys like Najee Harris, been averaging like 18 points a week, scores 4.
All
Joe
right.
Mixon, 18 points a week, scores 7.
Mm.
Joe Burrow, 12.
Tough.
Cooper Kupp been doing his job. Can't do it by himself. He put up 34. I needed him to score like 44 to win.
Jesus.
And it just didn't happen. Field goal kicker, -1.
Oh God. That's tough.
Yeah. So I mean, just couldn't get a winning performance together. And
Kevin, that's one of the most insane lineups I've ever seen in my life.
Did you see what he scored this week?
yeah,
Holy shit.
I gave the boys a talking to, and
I didn't score
they
over
did their job this week. All right.
I would say the average score for our fantasy league for walk-ons league this year was around 105, maybe even lower. And Kevin went for 190 this week when it didn't matter. And Drake and I, we also didn't win. And hey, but I'm going to win this week and not get last place. So congrats to me.
There you go.
Although in my hometown league, I did get last place, which means I have to host the draft next year. I just have to host the draft next year. Yeah, it's a weak punishment because we were doing earrings and tattoos and stand on the corner in a thong with a sign that says you're bad at fantasy football. And we just had
everybody pussified.
Well, no, the people the people who are you either have to do the punishment or you're out of the league, you get kicked out. And the losers of the league was just this revolving 12th man that was only in it for a year, wasn't tied to the league, didn't care. And so they're just like, all right, cool, I'll quit the league then. And so we could never get someone to do it. So we had to back off on. So for this year, it'll be better next year, but I have to host the draft next year. I am going to win my family league though. So that's good. Give me the picks.
I don't have picks for you, Cleaver.
You don't have picks?
I do not have picks.
All right.
No.
Well, I give you some lines if we want to talk about it. But...
Give me the Hawks and then give me the underdogs.
All right. Well, I will give you the Jacksonville Jaguars at New England.
No, I said give me the Hawks and then the playoff underdogs.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. You'll take those picks with Kevin. Real quickly, what kind of offensive progress will the Hawks have made in 3 weeks?
Dude, I'll tell you what, as long as Kentucky doesn't come out and run a different front, the offensive line should have their front memorized. So they should just be able to like do it like flashcards because they've been practicing the same offense for a long time. They've been watching the same film for a long time. So like there shouldn't be nearly as many mental mistakes, man. So if they get beat, they're just getting beat physically.
It's good analysis. I would agree. I would even venture to bet that the offensive line is ready for what Kentucky does and maybe some stuff that they could do, right? Like we've had some time.
You have that much time to prepare.
Right? Kev, what's the defense been doing? Just meditating and just getting ready to play base defense?
Eating their Cheerios?
You think we're doing anything different? We ain't done nothing different in 20 years. We ain't going to start now.
That's what I'm saying. I thought maybe Phil Parker took him to a little mental health retreat or something.
Yeah, that's who Phil Parker is.
You don't think he'd take him to a yoga studio and a massage or something like that?
I think a yoga studio might kill Phil, but it'd be fun to watch him do it.
But
the defense, it's all about film at this point. You know, you don't need film, walk through reps. It's not, you don't need the physical practices as much at this point of the year. once you just get a feel for their offense and you're taking those walkthrough reps and getting a feel for their formations and the plays that they run out of them, it should just be like second nature at this point. You should be like playing Iowa's offense because, like Drake said, you have a ton of time to watch film on them.
Bodies should feel good.
You'd hope. You'd hope.
What do you think about how did you guys feel from going in like the late cold games and then going to that warm environment? And like, you remember how hot it was when we went out and played Florida? It was hot.
Yeah. That is one thing that I see me. I don't like the heat. I hate the heat.
I don't either.
I played in the cold 10 times out of 10. So I did not like it.
God, wouldn't it be great to just get fucking Kentucky and Kinnick right now? Get them.
Iowa versus like 13
Give us
out
Bama.
of the 14 SEC teams is probably favored in Kinnick Stadium.
Give us Bama on Christmas Day. I want to see it in Kinnick Stadium.
I want -13, snowing, and I think the Hawks win by a touchdown.
I agree. And sell beer through the fourth quarter. Don't stop at the end of the third.
Yeah.
God, that would be a game. And they'd pack the stadium. It'd be sold out. It would be absolutely, it would be absolutely electric factory in there. Levis throws a lot of picks. He throws like at least one per game.
Yep.
And
I think the boys will have some success from on them in the back end. I think the defense is going to play really well this game.
I agree.
I'd lean toward the under this game.
Leaning toward the
under.
under.
Two well-coached teams that are stronger on defense than they are on offense.
Yeah. Will we fill in with Ivory, who is listed as, we didn't even mention, Petrus listed as the starter at QB, Ivory Kelly Martin listed as the one at running back. I don't think we miss a beat here with running back.
So that is interesting that they listed Ivo as the one, not Gavin.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
One last ride, you know? I think Gavin will get a lot of touches.
Yeah.
I don't. Tyler Goodson is a really good running back. He was not able to do full Tyler Goodson potential this year because of our line troubles and offensive inconsistency. I don't think that we lose a whole lot from what we've seen as a complete rushing attack from any other average game we had this year with Ivo and Gavin. And we might even see the young kid, LaShawn Williams. So
yeah, I like the way Gavin runs the ball. I think we do lose a little bit of playmaking ability with
for sure
with Tyler Goodson. He was able to make some things happen out of nothing, but I'm not super concerned about the running back position.
All right, well, you heard it from these guys. It's pretty simple. Play good defense like we always do. Offense has had time to rest, get a look on that front, watch your film, run, just execute some plays, get a little momentum going. Go take it to the Wildcats, the Pussycats. I'll take the points as well. I think Iowa wins this game outright. But definitely take the points. And
give me the money line.
Drake will take the money line. There you go. Hey, I'm gonna have to put a graphic out. Let's go. 10-3 Iowa, 9-3 Kentucky facing off. 1:00 Eastern. One of three of the walk-ons will be on location with a press pass, by the way. So
you got a press pass?
Yes, sir.
From
Yes,
the
sir.
Hawks?
Steve Rowe approved that sumbitch.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Yes, sir. So 2 weeks ago, I applied for a media pass for the bowl game. You go through the Citrus Bowl website. They then take all of the applications and send them to each individual schools for approval from the SID. And last Monday, I got an email that says you were approved. You, Tyler Kluver of the Washed Up Walk-Ons, is approved for a media press pass. So I have access technically to all the practices, all of the events, and the press box on game day. And what Steve Rowe doesn't know is that he just opened up an entire can of worms, because I'll now be requesting one for every game that we play.
Kluber in the post game presser.
Holy shit.
Can you imagine?
I'm done. I'm dumbfounded. I don't even know what to say.
I know, dude. Can you imagine me post game KF? Hey, coach, Tyler Kluber, washed up walk-ons. Just wanted to know, what was snack like last night? What was the mood? How much ice cream did we have? Was there a lot of cookies had? How much caramel usage? Can you tell me about that?
Coach, not related to anything that just happened in the game. What do you write down at practice?
Hey, I know you were scribbling on your knee on that little white sheet of paper. Could you tell us what that says today? Like, what were the notes? Give me that shit. We want to know the good stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
These other questions suck. Give me some good shit. No, yeah, I got a press pass, so we'll see what that does. I'll also be driving around in a white Tesla down there.
What?
Yeah, we use the Turo app, which is way cheaper than a rental car. This is not an advertisement for Turo, but we got a Tesla for like $90 a day. And the rental cars were like $170 a day. So I'll be driving around in a 2021 Model 3, and I'll have a press pass around my neck. So shout out. Drake's so confused right now. Like, what am I doing? Yeah, man. It is what it is, brother. And by the way, you look more like Joe Dirt than you've ever looked like right now. It looks fantastic.
Dude, when I went to the Titans-Niners game with my mom, I went to get some Nashville hot chicken for us, because they sell Nashville hot chicken at the game.
Wow.
And there was these guys in line. One of them looked identical to Bob Sanders. I looked at him and I'm like, well, there's no way Bob Sanders is in the third deck of the Niners game, but I'm pretty sure this is Bob Sanders.
Almost positive this is the hitman.
And these two dudes, Bob Sanders Jr. and his friend, said to me that, dude, you're Ashton Kutcher. I had like a beanie on. It was cold outside.
Oh,
It was cold
okay.
outside. And I had a beanie on, hair pulled back, whatever. I had the beard. It was side profile.
Did you tell him, yeah, bro, I am.
And no, I wasn't. And they're like, no. Show me your ID. Prove to me that you're not Ashton Kutcher. And I just laughed. I was like, dude, here's my proof. I'm sitting in the third deck with you guys. And they're like, yeah, you're right. You're not Ashton. You're us.
And they were like, oh, shit, we're stupid. He'd be in the box for sure. God. Man, Ashton Kutcher. I get it with the beanie on, though. You're also drinking from what looks like the water bottles they had on holes, dude. Like,
It's
fill
my
up
water bomb.
fill up the canteen and go back to digging holes. And that's what we're going to do.
3
We're going to dig
liters,
some.
dude.
That's incredible. 281, the Kentucky preview. And you guys at this point have even heard from a guest that we had on to help us preview our new sponsorship in the new year. So a little thicky episode to end 2021. This is it. We got any resolute?
Listen to that live ad read that we did too, because that was hilarious.
It was funny as fuck. You guys got any New Year's resolutions for 2022, or do we do that?
No, we don't do that, because resolutions are for pussies, and my only resolution is to beat the shit out of you the next time I see you.
Okay, so evidently, and this is a 2 out of 3 opinion, resolutions are for pussies. So for everybody that just heard that, my advice is start now, because you're only waiting because you're being
don't actually want to do it,
because you don't actually want to do what you're saying you're going to do. So flip that mindset around and fucking get to work.
And you're only going to do it for 2 weeks so that you can post it on Instagram and act like people care. So how about you just save the bullshit, spare everybody, and actually get your ass up off the couch
and sign up for the Tyler Kluber Just Win Today New Year's Challenge. You can DM me about that. Also check out our patreon.com/washedupwalk-ons. Check us out on everything. Review us, rate us, tell us we're
Rate me in particular, man. Let everybody know why I am a 1-star podcast.
Tell everybody that Drake's a shitbird, and 1-star our podcast on Apple reviews. We would love it. That's it. 281. Hopefully we're breaking down a Hawkeye win on the, I got to fly home and fucking do that, but we'll be out. We'll be breaking down the Hawk game, and Drake just left the podcast. He's done with this shit. So we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.